Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. I'm bringing you today a handy little notepad. One of these jotters that you get. You can get these in multi-packs. Really handy for little gifts, or just handy to make yourself if you need notebooks. It's always nice to have a notebook that looks a little bit special. And yeah, so I'll show you how I made it. Okay, so to make the notepad, I've got a long ruled notepad. You can get these in, I think I bought these in one of these cheaper shops, that a bit like a pound shop, but sells all sorts. I think I got 5 or 6 in the pack for about £1, and they measure 3 inches wide by 8 1/4. And I'm using some basic black, and this is 9 1/4 by 3, and then I'm matting with Whisper White, and this is 2 7/8 by 1 1/8, and then I've got a scrap of Whisper White to do my sort of sentiment on. Obviously I'm using Music from the Heart, some Memento ink, and I've got the stamps mounted. So first thing I'm going to do is do some stamping on the Whisper White, and I've mounted the 3 notes onto one block so that I can do some random stamping around this piece of Whisper White. I'm just smoothing down the edges because when I cut it I had a little bit of a mark on there, so I have just re-inked my Memento ink as well, so I'm just gonna, yeah, lovely. So I am just going to stamp around. Because they're mounted up together, it will be quicker. Just to give the cover lots of notes, which I think any one of my boys would like this. I'm not quite sure who I'm going to give it to. It will be one of them. Nowhere near either, well actually it is very near very nearly Ed's birthday, so actually I might save it and give him this as part of his birthday present. Now there's an idea. Talk about getting organised. So I think that'll do. And whilst I've got the ink out, I'm going to do my little sentiment. Now I will be cutting this out, so the actual topper will be smaller. So I'm just going to put these musical lines across there. And hope that's straight. And then I'm going to have just a note underneath it. And then I'm going to put these notes on top, so I'm going to stamp them separately now. Like that one. And then have that one, and then the last one. like so. And then that is going to get cut out using a stitched rectangle, and I think this second smallest one here will fit just nicely across there, so that will get cut out with that, and that is like just a nice little size for fitting in there, I think. So let's get this assembled and then we'll cut that out. So in order to fit the cover on the gonna get rid of this dirty mess. In order to fit the cover on, we need to do some scoring on this. So I'm going to get my scoreboard and we'll just score for the thickness. Now this will depend on the notepad that you are using, but mine scores up there and it's below the quarter, but it's bigger than an eighth, so we're going for what did I wrote it down and I've forgotten what I decided. I think I'm going for about 3/16. Was it 3/16? So in order to get that, we're going to score at 8 1/4. So that gives us our length, and then I counted this completely wrong. I need to use my scoreboard. So we need to do 3/16. So 3/16 is just below that quarter mark there. So I'm going to put that score line on that 3/16 there and score down to give us that little bit there, which will be the thickness of that pad. So we just need to fold and burnish that. And that will fit around there nicely. But this is puckered up, so I'm going to get rid of this. Take this off, because we don't want that, so that can fit around there nice and snugly. So we're just going to attach it on the back, but I'm going to put the decoration on first. So this is going to get on there. I've done a small border, really small border around it, and I need to cut out my sentiment, so I'll do that and come back. So I've run this through my big shot, and there we've got our sentiment with the stitched edges, which will go across this quite nicely. And I think I might cut a bit of basic black to map that. I've got a little scrap here that I cut off this. So I think I'm just going to eyeball it and use my my little trimmer, which is part of the new joining offer. You get this free if you join up. So if you've ever thought about wanting to join, this is a really good time to join Stamping Up, because along with the usual £130 worth of products that you get to choose, you also get to choose an extra stamp set, any one you want. So you can choose the most expensive stamp set in the book if you want, and you also get this lovely trimmer free, and you get a free pack of 6x6 DSP, 48 sheets, and they give you samples of 6 of the DSP packs in the new catalogue, including one of the celebrations. So it is a brilliant little trimmer for doing small bits of matting. Great for just cutting a small mat. I'm just going to trim a little bit more off this side. And that gives us a nice little edge topper there to go on the top. Like so. Really handy. I particularly wanted this for scrapbooking, so I used to have one that I used to use. So we are going to put some glue along the back here, not on the scored section. So this will go on the back of the notebook, which I appear to have mislaid. I can't believe I can't see my notebook now. What have I done with it? Oh, dearie me. It's there. It wasn't hiding, it was just there. I just failed to see it. So that goes nicely on there. Then we'll just stick this down and add the topper. I'm trying to decide if I want to raise the topper or not. The thing is, if you're going to keep this in your bag, you don't want too much raised up. To get caught on things, so I think I will keep it flat. And then this has got a really small margin. So using the wigglage. Put that down, and then we'll just have the just a note on the bottom. Nice and simple and quite masculine. My son has lots of musical friends, and I think actually don't necessarily have to be masculine, because I'm sure, oh, I might put it up there. Up, down. I think I'll put it up, and it covers that one that didn't actually stamp very well. They are, hide your mistakes. Yeah, nice little notepad to have ready for those lists that we're always needing to make, or little notes from phone messages, etc. So hope you like that. All the details will be on my blog, nigezza.co.uk. Be a link coming up to it there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go and explore some more. Okay, bye bye now.